Good morning, my friends. Today I'm in the neighborhood of Ain Naadja and I'm going to show you how to drive to Birkhadem. So in fact, Ain Naadja and Birkhadem are adjacent to each other. Their territories are adjacent to each other. Now I'm driving in one of the in one of the apartment complexes of Ain Naadja. And our landmark here is going to be this market, سوق حي 720 مسكن, or the 720 home apartment complex market. Such a long name. And these restaurants here, this part of Ain Naadja is known for its restaurants, 2 or 3 good restaurants. Kouba restaurant. Okay, so now this is National Highway 63. It's a little bit, it's like a motorway. We've got to drive carefully here in order to cut across this road. It has 2 carriageways, and I think that we commonly call these roads here Route Express, or an express road, or an express highway. It's not really a motorway, but it's not an ordinary, your average road. So cars could go as fast as, I think, 60 or even 80 kilometers per hour in these, on these roads, on these types of roads. Look at that sign over there. So the speed limit is 60 kilometers per hour, because it's an urbanized area, okay? And be careful, because there are lots of people walking and crossing the streets here, crossing this road in particular. Maybe not in this very section, but over there, a little further. You can see houses, and we are still in Ain Naadja, headed straight to Birkhadem. So it's very easy to drive from Ain Naadja to Birkhadem, because we basically only have to follow or drive on this road, on this highway, National Highway 63. If you want to go to Blida, you take the left. If you want to go to Birkhadem, you drive straight on. And now we're still in the area of Ain Naadja, and Ain Naadja literally means, the name literally means the spring of the E-W-E, female sheep. Sheep. Yes, a female sheep. And and as I told you many times, many names, many place names here in Algeria and in North Africa in general are named after water springs, okay? And the Arabic word for that is Ain, which also means eye, okay? And the Amazigh name is Thala, or Tala. It means water spring. So whenever you see names starting with Ain or Thala or Tala, this means that it's named after a water spring, because water springs are very important for life, and you often find whole towns and villages built around a water spring. So now we are driving on, and I think that we have already entered the administrative territory of Birkhadem. We have already visited Birkhadem in other videos. They are overtaking that bus, but it's very dangerous to do so. Can't overtake a bus in a bend like that unless you have you can clearly see the road. The bus has pulled over a little bit in order to let me overtake him, and he's so kind. Now let's drive on straight to Birkhadem. To the center of this neighborhood, which is in fact a huge neighborhood. and this area is mainly serviced by private buses. There is a horrible ditch here that we have got to pass very carefully. And Birkhadem is, you know, one of the main suburbs of Algiers, very densely populated. There are many colonial houses here, and also newly built houses, and the area continues to develop with new stores opening. So Algiers is becoming, I mean, has become a sprawling megalopolis in a way. It's spreading, or it's growing in every direction, and that's a garbage truck. In some neighborhoods, garbage trucks collect garbage in the morning, while in others they collect it they collect it at night. And now we are approaching the central part of Birkhadem. And the name Birkhadem means the well, another name in relation with water source, okay, water well. So Bir means well, and Khadem means servant, so the well of the servant. All right. So I think that we have already entered the historical part of Birkhadem, because I've already started seeing houses that date back to the colonial period, and you would recognize them from their roofs, from their red tile roofs. Yes, now this is the very heart of the neighborhood, and whenever you start seeing, you know, banks and post offices and gas stations, that's a sign that you're already in the center of some neighborhood. Okay, so now if you want to go to, this is the Jilali Street, Jilali Brothers Street, Rue des Trois Frères Jilali, the Three Jilali Brothers Street, and this is the main street of Birkhadem. You can see we've just seen the church on the left, the ex-church, and now there is this very beautiful mosque on the right. It's probably the main mosque of Birkhadem. I said ex-church because after French settlers left Algeria in 1962, upon Algeria's independence, most churches were abandoned. Some of them were converted into government facilities. Some of them were converted into mosques. Some of them were converted into libraries. Okay. So now we have reached the end of the historical part of Birkhadem. I'm going to turn around in order to go back to that main street and film some more of this beautiful neighborhood. Great. But usually these streets and these roads I've just driven on are chronically congested on ordinary work days. Okay. is a gas station on the left. I hate driving behind these buses because they block the view when I'm filming, of course. There is a shopping mall on the left, somewhere on the left, I don't know where exactly, but not on this main road. It's not very far from here. I've just returned to the main square. Okay, go ahead. The ex-church is on the right. You can see it better here. This shot. Now, such a beautiful square with the palm trees and other beautiful trees. I wish that bus wasn't there, because I can see lots of interesting buildings. All right, let's okay, thank God the bus is turning right. And now let's take a look at those signs. This is the road that brought us here, and it goes back to Ain Naadja, of course, and Kouba, and Bir Mourad Rais as well. Okay, Bir Mourad Rais is straight on. And now, buildings you see there on the horizon, you know, in the background, are in fact part of the Algiers neighborhood. I think it's this area here is not very far from, so as you have seen, it's not very far from Ain Naadja, and it's not very far from Bir Mourad Rais either. So this is the main street, the Three Jilali Brothers Street, and it's named after three brothers from the same family who were killed by the French colonial army during the Algerian Liberation War. So Algeria, the Algerian government, you know, does everything it can in order to keep the memory of all those who died during the Liberation War alive. It's very important because Algeria itself, modern Algeria, was, you know, was born from the November 1st declaration of yes, so the November 1 declaration, which declared war on colonial France to liberate Algeria from the, you know, 130 years of colonial prisons here in Algeria. And this area is serviced by public buses run by Ituza, the Ituza company. Those buses would take you to many neighborhoods, including the city center. So you can ride the bus from this neighborhood to the city center. We've just left the center, the central part of Birkhadem, and now we're approaching the motorway. The Algiers motorway. There is just one last thing I would like to show you. It's all right. There is a gas station here on the left, one of perhaps the main gas station in this neighborhood, and then the okay. There is also a very important the wall on the right over there. See where you can see the trees on the left. On the left is in fact Algiers, one of Algiers' main milk factories. So this factory provides milk and dairy products to to Algiers, and it's a very important factory. I guess that we have filmed everything there is to film in this neighborhood. So I hope that you liked my video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and click on the notifications button in order to receive notifications on my future videos. Take care of yourselves, drive safely, visit Algiers, and goodbye.